Hello, welcome everyone. We're just going to give a few minutes for people to join in. I always say welcome everyone in the beginning because people watch the replay forever. So we are just coming in to have a little New Year's Eve Everyday Goddess Oracle card party. And we are on Facebook and YouTube, and we're watching our screens because we also have it shared over on our personal pages. So we're spreading this out everywhere today. And so we're just getting set up. So give us a moment to just let people in. And so if you hear us commenting, if you hear us talking to someone that you don't see in the comments on Facebook or YouTube, it's because we're also commenting on people's comments that are on personal pages. So we do have those coming up, well, except for my personal page. I'm not watching my personal page. Sorry, not sharing it over there. So let's just see. We have 6 or 7. Hello, Tracy. She's joining in. So we know we're on Facebook, and Sherry and Olivia and Mel. Hello. Hello. Now, can you ladies all see comments as well?
You betcha.
I can, yeah. So I'll just wait for people to come in before I fully introduce. And Natasha is on YouTube. So we do have YouTube up and running. And Krista, good morning. Hello. Welcome to our New Year's Eve party. This is how we party at this stage in the game in our lives. So let's just see. Miss Cherry, hello. Hello to everyone who's watching, not commenting. Now, you will need to comment that you would like a card because we are pulling cards today. That's why we're here for this New Year's Eve party, is we're going to be pulling cards from the Everyday Goddess Oracle cards. We all have our deck. And so we are going to be pulling from the deck now. Here's the little booklet. Here's the cards. So even if you're a man, the Everyday Goddess cards do resonate with you. It is about divine feminine energy. And tomorrow we move into the portal of 1-1, which is also Mother Mary. And so the divine mother, the mother of the angels, the mother of the divine energy. And so that also brings in Kuan Yin and Isis energy and all of that powerful feminine energy that's coming in. And that's why we see the rise of the masculine energy also in 2024, because we need that balance. One can't rise without the other. So we have a real big support energy. So thank you for being here with us. There is at the bottom of your screen, if you're on Facebook, you will see that there's also little hearts, likes, and there should also be a gift type of thing there, or like whatever that little star thing or whatever it is that's there as well. Hello. I'm trying to see everyone. Okay, I'll go back to this after we know we were online. That's what we cared about right now. So yes, so if you love a card, just put your name in. You don't have to keep asking, but you know you will be. We're going to sort through names. So as you can see today, there's lots of people on my screen. It's not just me on the screen. Now, how come I don't see no faces on Facebook? There we go. Okay. I'm like, I couldn't see us. So I'm going to introduce who I have with me today. Now, you may have seen these ladies by my side once or twice, wherever you have been, whether in person or on here. So we have Michelle Gibson. I'm just going to go in the order of how they showed up here. We have Michelle Gibson here, and she is the owner of Angelic Realm Healing. And she is a graduate of the Everyday Goddess Oracle Card Certification Program, plus graduate of everything else in More Than Existing Academy. Then we have Tracy Leggett, and Tracy Leggett owns Healing Practices by Tracy. And Tracy is also a oracle card reader of the Everyday Goddesses and everything else in More Than Existing. And all these ladies are also Reiki master teachers. So we have a lot of healers in here today with us. And then we have Lisa Richard, who is also the Everyday Goddess Oracle card reader as well, certified in everything More Than Existing, and is the architect master builder and the other half of the More Than Existing Academy. So here we are, and we're coming in today for fun. So please remember, this is to be taken as entertainment. We are very, very happy to be here. We're happy to share. We do monitor the comments very well. And so we are watching you. We're watching you. And as I said, we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube. So we have it going both places. So we're going to start right out of the gate with choosing for this party to do to pull someone for a card. And I'm going to actually start on the end of the line. So introduce Lisa last. We're going to let Lisa choose first.
Ooh, thank you. I'm always excited to connect with everybody and to feel through the energy for today. I'm just taking a quick look here through the list, and I always trust that the guides are going to bring me to whoever needs a message. And Miss Sherry Payne, I'm landing on you. So I would love to start with you first. And I don't know if you have a specific question or you just want to kind of dive right in to let the goddesses speak on your behalf and bring forward a message for this beautiful energy. So I will pause for a moment in case there's a comment that you have to pop up with a focus on anything in particular. Without details, you can just give a one word, just dive right in. Oh, I love it. I love when you are open to just receiving what is for the highest good. So I'm asking the everyday goddesses, what does Sherry need to know right now at this time? Oh, and what we got for you, Sherry, is card number 10. This is all about the stargazer, and this is Shelta. And a lot of times when we are stargazing or we're in that energy of contemplation, right? So it's a bit of a pause right now as you've come to the 10. The 10 is almost like that full circle moment where you've reached the top, and now it's an opportunity to stay still, to reflect, to connect with your heart, to really appreciate everything that you have accomplished in 2023. Don't discount all those little details. And, you know, on the island this morning, I woke up and it was such a clear sky, and I could see the stars. And there's always this humbleness that overcomes me when I look up to our world and I understand, you know, how many stars are truly in the sky. And sometimes we can't always see them because the clouds are in the way, or they might appear to be further than we would like them to be. But yet we have this understanding that they're there. And when you really sit and you appreciate all of the months within your 2023 year, all of the weeks within that same year, the days within the same year, the moments within the same year, there's so many opportunities to celebrate Sherry, to celebrate those successes, those achievements, those perseverance, you know, even those hard moments, really taking a look at them and going, wow, I got through it. You know, you dug really deep, and I believe that you found some pieces of yourself that were missing for a while, but they're highlighted. They're very much alive, and just allowing yourself now to not feel like you have to do anything. You don't have to jump into anything new. You don't have to start something big. You don't have to push forward. Just allow the magic to unfold and let it come to you. So this is all about a period of digesting, gestation. That's the word that I wanted to use, a gestation period, to really cultivate the seeds that you have planted, and use the winter time now to get really clear on what is going to bloom the spring for you. Because this is the perfect timing to really get a hold of those components of yourself and just witness the magic that is Sherry. So thank you, Sherry. This is definitely you. Good. I'm really glad you resonated with that.
Does anyone want to add on to that, or you want to move on?
I got a card for Sherry.
Okay.
This one popped out, Master Manipulator.
Ooh, one of my favorite cards in the deck.
Well, it's very interesting listening to what Lisa said, and just to add on to that was, I like how there's two hearts, and of course Mavis doesn't have a head or that you can see, But Sherry, I want you to think about giving and receiving to your own heart, and what in the past year has manipulated you, and what have you manipulated? You manipulate your own successes. So I really want you to think about that. Give your heart what it needs, because it's so deserving of so much, and everything that you've gone through and accomplished this year has been very heartfelt. So you need to give yourself the credit for everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Survivor, successor, the beautiful person that you are. Take a look at it from your heart.
Nice. Well,
I just fell off the world. Okay, this is not the best setup.
she's on her phone. Tracy's on holidays, so she's on her phone. So yeah. There you go, Sherry. Take it all.
I do have to add to that too. It
Okay.
totally falls into line. I pulled the everyday miracle, Mary. Just remember to take everything that comes to you, even if it is a hard lesson, to know that there is a miracle and something good within that. And just removing doubt and fear and believing in miracles, believing in the magic, and it's all around you everywhere. So don't ever discount any little lesson that you may have learned or are going to learn within the next year. So remember, there's miracles out there.
And so Sherry, as the oracle creator of the Everyday Goddesses, I don't actually have a card from the deck. I have the whole deck. I have the whole deck. I have all of the energy of the Everyday Goddesses. And I think a big thing that's really theming through and what's really coming up is what I'm getting for you is the essence of, that sense of taking and incorporating all of your life lessons and bringing them all the way in through your heart, as if you got the needle, as if you have the needle, the golden needle and the silver thread. Like Dolly Parton song, that's it. Golden needle, silver threads, or something like this is in the song. And it's just like you're sewing back this quilt of life, like that tapestry of life that you're bringing together this year, this sense of self. Now, it is not going to be easy. Just want to throw that in there. It's like a celebration party, but it's not going to be easy, Sherry. There is moments in time of where you have to pull up and into that self and remember who the woman was who's made those choices and decisions, the woman at the end of all the difficult situations, because there's an area of life that's highlighting for me, that's shown me there is a spot of where you're going to have to pull into you and remember you don't sacrifice the best of you, because life shows us areas of where, it's not always the prettiest, right? It's like life reveals that we exist in life. Our privilege of being human is that we get to feel, and that you get to feel life. And so you're stepping into the journey of really beginning to feel life in a new way, embody it, take it and kind of run with it. And just that, you're just sewing it together, right? It's like, and so those threads, it's all of our experiences help us really, truly to create and cultivate our lives. So you're well on a path. You're on the golden path is what I would like to say to you. You're actually on one of the stages of your golden path. So stay walking your golden path. Thank you, Sherry. All right, Tracy, who are you choosing?
I'm going to go with Mel.
Mel Helcourt? Crow?
Yeah.
Helcourt?
Yes. So I just want to say that being on my phone, having it hang off my iPad, and just finding the comments. This has been interesting. So we're going to go with Mel.
You're very welcome, Sherry. Mel.
There we go. Feed the light.
Perfect card. That's Rose.
Right? And I hope Mel can see this card really well, because I see Mel so well in this card, especially with the flowers around her head. Um, Mel, you're such an intuitive, beautiful person, and you really need to come out with that and do things from the heart, because you have such a big heart, and you have, like in the card and like Rose, you have people watching over you and guiding you. And I really feel like the brightness in this card shows the bright circle that surrounds you, and your light is very bright and beautiful, and you can guide so many with your beauty and your knowledge. um, just following your intuition and closing your eyes and following your third eye, it won't lead you astray. um, with your gut instinct and your intuitiveness, you've got the whole thing going on. You just have to listen and follow, and it won't let you down.
Nice. Anyone need to add on to that?
I have a card too. So mine's kind of like the behind the Tracy card coming out. So it's Love in the Dark, Shyama. So just remembering that everything in the darkness has to come to the light. Realizing that the illusion that you might be seeing or creating within yourself have to come to the light. So they will come to the light, and you are going to begin to see that those were just illusions, and that you're kind of letting your mind play tricks on you. So definitely, like Tracy said, feeding that light, that intuition you have, all that beauty that is within you, and not allowing the darkness to consume you or the shadows to come in and, trick your mind and tell you things. Kind of releasing the ego, getting rid of some of that ego that keeps, you have the little devil and the angel on the shoulder kind of thing. So kind of releasing that little devil, letting it go back, and allowing more that angel to come in and brighten up everything and bring it more to the light.
Beautiful. I'm going to add on to that as well, because Mel, I also pulled Shyama, the shadow card, and beside that, I got Delilah. Now, it's coming in reverse, but I really want you to look at the imagery in this card, because what I'm sensing right now is the connection to the rooted stories, the shadow energies. And a lot of the work that you do, Mel, is you are very in tune with the energies of the world. So any of us who are empaths or sensitives, a lot of times things feel very personal, but you're picking up on the collective energy. And I teach the gene keys, or sorry, I teach human design, and I'm learning about the gene keys, in which it's all about alchemy work. The energy that we're stepping into this week and leading into the early stages of January is all about the energy of struggle. So when we put that into content of facing our own shadow energies, our own stories, our own tendencies to struggle in life and get caught up on things, a lot of times that calls us to take a really good look at our habits. Why do we continue to struggle towards things that we know are not in our highest good? So this is also about transformation. So if you really take a look at, where her ability is to connect with the light and to really empower herself to maintain the connection to the earth, to maintain the understanding that we are all going to struggle, right? That's what it means to evolve as a human, is you need that energy to push you up and out towards things. But think of struggle in terms of energy. Where do you want to exert your energy, your time, your focus, and get really clear on those components? Because when you're coming from the higher aspects of yourself, your ability to transform, the light that is guiding you and feeding you, you're going to know what areas to really pay attention to in the shadows, in the habits, getting the clarity to persevere, to then fight towards those things that really matter to you. So be mindful of the energies that you're feeling in the world as we're peeking into this energy of wanting to fight and wanting to oppose things and maybe a little bit more conflict and argumentative, and see if you can just kind of take the step back to be the observer and to maintain your integrity and your light, and let it really teach you and fill you up on the parts of yourself that you know to be of your truth, to then decide, is this even worth battling over? Or can I just make peace of it is what it is and it's not for me? And that's okay. I don't have to play that game any longer. So sending you much love and strength, Mel, because I know your ability to connect to this energy is absolutely beautiful. Come into this with a sense of curiosity and have fun with the energy. It is really going to help to lighten things up and not feel heavy. It doesn't need to suppress you in that. So sending you tons of love.
Okay, so I'm going to be quick because we have a whole pile of people piling in, which is lovely. But so Mel, I pulled the same card. That's why I said I'm going to be quick, because I did pull Feed the Light Rose. So the same card did come out, so I can make this really quick. But I pulled, on top of that, I pulled Cosmic Beauty Zorin. And so I just want to say I have a man who keeps dancing around. I think he used to party in the kitchen. He's got a very leprechaun energy. And so feeding the light, that what's coming up for me, it's the word honor and fun. And that no matter what you do, is that you have to, honor your true beauty and have fun. Those are key things. Honor your beauty and have fun. Don't take life so serious. Don't think you have to take life serious. And I know you have these cards, so you can pull these cards. But truly rising above the energetic story that we're here to live suppressed. We're here to exist in our miseries. Struggles we're always going to have struggles in life. That's just the way life is. We learn from struggles, right? But it's on the other side of those struggles is who we are. We're not here to live in misery. We're not here to live in suppression. We're not here to live that way. And this is where your cosmic beauty shines. This is where a whole heart-centered healing. And I keep getting this leprechaun man. That's what he reminds me of. He got leprechaun energy. So he's in the realm of leprechaun, which means he's very mischievous, a little bit of a trickster energy. He is on the other side, Mel. So he's tied to you. And I feel like sometimes you don't know how intelligent people are when all they show you is their humor. And that's one of the greatest tricks of the trade. To be able to not let people, not have to be serious, but to be able to have the fun. So honor and fun, yes. And that's your goal this year, is to really honor that, be in your beauty, be in your light, be in your truth, and just live that. I'm just like, and I just see it like coming in so powerful for you. So be that. And as Lisa said, she's talking about the gene keys. I suggest checking out the gene keys. Mm-hmm. Go get your gene key code, like your whatever that is. Right? You can't speak when I'm channeled, but it'll show you all the parts about yourself, and it's a beautiful little chart, and it just tells you a lot about ourselves. Go download it. It's free, so you can download that free gene key thing because it is fantastic. Thanks for bringing that up. I listened to my gene key email this morning. They come every week. You can even get them come to you every week on an email, right? Okay, Michelle.
All right, I'm drawn to Carmen Zelinka.
Ooh.
Are you still here?
Carmen. And ladies, you can even be going ahead picking out your next person. I got my person.
He's here. All right. Okay. So I have two cards here for you. What's that?
Someone just joined us from India. So I said, hello, India.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. All right, Carmen. So I pulled the illusionist paradox. So what I'm hearing is that you're slowly starting to separate from like the mass consciousness. So you're starting to be pulled away from, again, those illusions that we are fed, and we've been fed for quite some time. So you're beginning to see through those, and you're kind of starting to question things in life a little bit more, like there's more to life than this. And this is kind of a question that brings you right into this world of spirituality. You need to learn to see the beauty. There's so much beauty out there that we have hidden from us so much. So I also got Forever Yearning Luna, but she is upside down. So this to me is you're not connecting with your innate intuition. So being pulled from that mass consciousness, kind of stepping back from everything, kind of looking back, and you're starting to like feel things and hear things and see things so much more different than a lot of people do in this world right now. And this is kind of a shift that's taking over in all of the world. So we're all kind of shifting right now, and we're moving into 2024, which is a year of abundance, the number 8. I'm very excited for this year. So definitely start to going more into your practices, practice that meditating practice, how your body feels around certain things, people, places, all that kind of stuff, and not denying what you already have. So getting back into kind of your innate abilities to be able to, howl at the moon. If that's what you got to do, howl at the moon, go for it, girl. But realizing that so much of so many things has been a lie. And so you're starting to see that and feel that. That's what I got for you.
And I just have to say, behind Lisa, her angel is like moving. Did you see that? So I'll just add on because I'm already talking. So it truly for you is to really truly honor what is called it's like that path of healing. Like we're forever growing, we're forever learning, we're never going to get it all right. And there's just this word that comes up that I'm getting for you. And I just keep saying, replace the word every time you say to yourself, I'm lazy or I'm feeling lazy. Change that narrative to energy. Change that to energy. It's not that you're lazy. Do I have the energy for this? And the card that I pulled for that was Universal Light of Love, Lumerian. And that it's, sometimes you just need to feed your light. And it's not that it's lazy, it's that you need a rest, that you need to pull back. And that sense of learning to self-regulate begins with changing how we communicate to ourselves. Abundance, prosperity, all of these things can never be created from dumpster diving language. If your language is in the mud, if you're bathing in dirty water, you're never going to be clean, right? And so it's about really truly clearing up even how you communicate to yourself. You don't want anyone else to speak to you that way. Don't speak to yourself that way. Remember that this year. Make that kind of your mantra for this year. How I want others to speak to me, how I want others to treat me. I better do that to myself, because how would I expect it from others if I don't do it for myself? That's what I got.
Beautiful. I'm going to jump in really quickly, but what I want to give to you is I want to show you the imagery.
Ooh.
and invite you to really look into the card, and especially at the beautiful face of the young girl, but also in the background, the changing of the seasons. And this is Guardian, this is Willow. And what I'm really feeling is this essence of reconnecting with your inner child, the beauty of who you are, but also using this time of transformation and the winter season of rest and rejuvenation to allow yourself to really appreciate who you are. Our thoughts are so powerful. So be mindful. And if you wouldn't speak to a child the way the mind is speaking to the body, maybe catch that dialogue and start changing that from the power of your heart to say, you know what, I'm not that version. I'm not those stories. So really focus on the kindness. You want to cultivate the flower. You want to allow yourself to bloom. allowing yourself to transform and to shed away, you know, things that you might have heard from the words or from other people, saying that that's not who I am. We're all born into this world a perfect, whole, innocent child, pure spirit. The only thing that covers that up is the shadows, the illusions and judgments of others, but it's not who you are. So this is a beautiful time to start rejoicing and remembering, and you're so protected with the guardians right now. So protected. You always have been. So don't be afraid to fall in love with you, to make this time all about yourself, to take as much time as needed to reclaim your energy, your beauty, and to cultivate from the heart of you what it is that you know to be your truth. You're the only one that gets to decide. And, you know, I got to thank Corrie for this, because she planted these words in my head a few years ago. And it was in one of our More Than Existing classes. And what she said was, you know what? It's none of your business what anybody else thinks of you. And there's freedom in that, right? When we really think of that, we all have stories. We all have an opinion of somebody, but nobody knows the shoes you have walked in your journey. So don't worry what anybody else thinks. Fall in love with you, and what you think of yourself matters. So start there. Just start with that celebration of your own journey, your own life, and time for you. Sending you so much love. So much love.
And yes, and so these messages, I noticed a couple people commenting, these messages, if they resonate with you, take them, because they are for everyone as well. We're choosing people, but if these messages really truly resonates with you, then grab onto it. Thank you, Tammy. So I also wanted to there was something else in there I want to say, but go ahead, Tracy, because it just slipped my head.
Okay. I went ahead and picked someone new. So is Regina still in here?
Regina? Regina, are you still here?
Hopefully so, because this is pretty cool. So when I was shuffling for Regina, I had 3 cards come out. The Master Manipulator, Innocence of Grace, and this one's a long one. Diamond Effects of Outgrowth Effects. And just for shits and giggles, I looked at the bottom of the deck. And I got Transformation. And I'm like, hola. Okay, so it's like, for me to see all this, it tells me you're coming out of the darkness, coming away from what no longer serves you, and into the innocence of grace and loving that inner child that is been hidden inside of you for so long and needs to come to the surface. That fun, that love, that light, you need to fly. You need to fly. See this color? You are the diamond in the rough. The colors that are coming towards you, you need to let them shine. You need to come out of the dark and let your light shine. She's holding the crystal ball in her hand. Look at the colors behind her. Beautiful transformation into the light, into the knowing, into the love. Flow with it. Go with it. It's all about love and light.
Go ahead, keep going. I'm just going to talk about while you're processing your thoughts. You can, if you're asking for a card, you can put a comment on what you want for that card, a question too, just to let people know.
I feel like there's exciting things for you, Regina. It's just like everything's just popping out of these cards for you. I'm very excited for you. Go with the flow and let the light shine.
I'll say this, it's all in your hands though. Your choices will dictate this. Your choices will definitely dictate the outcome of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you. All of it out?
Yeah.
Are you emotional over this one?
Who, me?
Yeah. Do you feel emotional around that one?
I feel so much excitement for her. Like, it's just everything's popping off the cards. Whatever she chooses, it's going to be exciting. And you know me, I'm the emotional one.
Yes, she is. Okay, I'm just going to jump to another person quickly because I got somebody coming up and I really feel if they're still here, I want to talk to them. Jean Litz. Are you still here, Jean Litz? And so I think everyone will kind of be involved in this reading as well. Jean Litz, if you're still here, please let me know because I'm really picking you up. I hope you're still. Yes, she is. Did you see everyone's head nod, Jean, when I said your name? Everyone jumped into that very quickly. I really felt, and I wrote your name down in the very beginning, Jean. You really popped up to me. And so when you popped up and out for me, it was like this sense of as if somebody took your hands and pulled you forward. That's what it was. I just had this loving, loving woman, like another everyday goddess, like a woman who kind of got shit done. This woman is from the other side. Sorry, I'm stepping into mediumship a little bit here deeper, but it's like she held your hands and she's the woman who got shit done. She's like the type of woman who would have been up with the birds, got things done, and she's taking your hands and she's pulling you up and forward and pulling you into this circle. And she's like, you belong here, like really truly making yourself belong. Like you really belong. And so you run around, you do things for other people, but you belong in this world to do things for you now. This year is more about doing things for you. And this woman just keeps saying to me, I got this. I got this. I know she's answering your prayers somehow. She's helping you out. And I pulled Rose, Feed the Light. And so I got Rose again, and I love Rose. Rose is the character of Wine and Chips book. And so Wine and Chips really truly speaks about that sense of we don't realize that we're so disconnected from ourselves sometimes, and that we're so busy being everything for everyone else that we're not there for ourselves. And so she brings it back to you. And so what do you need? And I just keep getting keep seeing roses, like rose bushes blossoming, growing. I feel as if there's a big move coming for you this year, Jean. I don't know where you're having the big move. I don't know what the big move fully is, but there's a big move. There's a big shift happening in your life. And it kind of moves you. I see you being moved. And I keep getting with that as if someone's pushing on my back or got pressure on my back, the middle of my back. And I keep getting that pressure in the middle of the back. And so it's either we're being pushed forward or being made aware of that you've carried the weight of the world on your back. And now it's like to shit. And now it's like your time. There's a lot of distractions around, right? And so not to let yourself distracted. What do Jean need this year? And what does Jean need to give to herself? It needs to be about you. That's what I got for you. Yes.
And I have imposter.
Oh, we got a little story happening here, Jean.
Yeah. O'Malley. So what O'Malley is telling me is that you are allowing those imposter thoughts to come in that, no, you don't deserve to have this, that, you think that you are here to serve everybody before you are to serve you. But just like on an airplane, that oxygen mask drops. I keep using this a lot. I don't know why I keep using that as an example, but your oxygen mask drops. You have to put your mask on before you can help anybody else. So just remembering to fill up that cup of yours, because if you don't have the energy to do anything for anybody else, you definitely don't for yourself. So you need to start building that energy and start doing the things for yourself. And once we ourselves start to grow, our world starts to change, as well as that starts to change for the rest of us. So it always starts here, and then it keeps going out to, say, your family, and then it goes out to community, and so on and so forth. But it always has to start right here with number one. But we've been told for so many years that no, you start outward and then you come in. But no, it's you have to start with you. So stop allowing that ego to kind of keep telling you the dirty little thoughts, the bad little thoughts. And it's time to step into Jean. I just also have to say before somebody else speaks, sorry, these cards are available for all of you to purchase. You can have your own cards. You can do your everyday goddess cards for yourself. As us girls always say, they are here and they're going to kick you into shape. They're going to kick your ass. So I just have to say that. Sorry, whoever wants to talk next.
Lisa, did you have anything? Were you just about to speak?
I feel like you and Michelle have really, really summed it up. I pulled Peaceful Paisley for myself, and it was in horizontal for you, Jean. Really talking about the timelines, right? So when you're thinking about your thoughts, your perceptions, really take that time to look at the past in order to find the beauty and bring that forward, right? It's easy to go and get caught up in emotions or suppressions or the negative, but you want to find the beauty, all the moments that really feed your heart and fill you up, to then start bringing that into your present moment and bringing that into your tomorrows. So it's really focusing on what brings you joy, what brings you peace, what brings you light, and surrounding yourself in the colors and the sensations and the feelings that will cultivate that for you. So this is where environment becomes very, very important. We are sponges to the world around us. So paying attention to what you're listening to, what you have around you, right? And not being afraid to claim some space and time for yourself in this new year. So thank you. That's all I have to add on to these beautiful ladies.
Thank you. Okay.
Anyone?
Go ahead, Tracy.
Yeah, I got Jules.
Ooh, Seraphant of Pain.
The Seraphant of Pain. And of course, I had to flip over the deck, and Awareness of Truth.
Well, look at that, Jean.
Like, two cards couldn't speak louder if you tried. Jean, you don't have to hold the pain on your own. You have somebody with you, like Corrie talked about earlier. Somebody's holding the pain with you, and she's bringing you the light. You just have to look to the light and be aware of the truth. Is it really all yours to hold? Is it really all yours to hold? Hang on to the light, love.
Thank you. Anyone popping out to anyone? Lisa?
Yeah, actually, I was distracted earlier because I had to scroll through and I had to re-find somebody that keeps popping back into my awareness. And I want to see if Shannon Jones is still here, or Shannon Johns. Are you still here, Shannon? You were jumping out in a big way. So I'm just going to shuffle through the deck and see if you pop in to acknowledge if you are around. Shannon Johns.
Thank you, Jean. And we do have a few people with, while we're waiting.
Here. Okay. So
yeah.
I'm bending way down to the ground to pick up your card, Shannon. And I've really learned in my own journey that everything happens for a reason. The world talks to us all the times and sends us signs and messages. And for me, whenever I drop a card to the ground and I have to bend down to pick it up, it always tells me that I'm digging really deep into a root issue or a past that is ready to come to the surface to be seen in order for you to transform it, to move forward. And what I got for you is O'Malley. So we've seen this a couple times today. And this is all about, the patchwork, but it talks to us about the imposter. And if you really look into the eyes, you're going to notice that there's no human eyes there anymore, because she knows who she is on the inside. So it talks about a point in our journey where we get so tired wearing the masks and putting on the face and trying to be the person that everybody else wants us to be. And your body is just searching and searching for, there's got to be more to life. And that's what brought me into the More Than Existing program that Corrie teaches. And it's all about that transformation of coming back to the center of who you really are. Taking the time to look inside yourself to see all the different components that have made up your journey, your story, why we tend to try to be something to fit into certain places. And when it feels like everything is falling apart, there's actually such beauty to that, because it's like the Tower card in the tarot. And when everything falls down and you allow the fall, because it's going to happen whether we want it to or not, that's just life. But just like the phoenix, out of the fall becomes the new growth and the beauty and the cultivation. So you're in a time of transformation, and that can feel really hard, or sometimes it feels like everybody's falling away from self. But what if you're picking out the weeds? What if you're getting really clear and focused on yourself and your journey, and you are having some powerful guidance to allow this space to really connect with your truth in order to now go forward? So this is a very pivotal time in your journey for yourself to get really clear on who you are, how you want to show up, and what you need to do for yourself to start implementing the positive change. And this is all about little mindful action steps, right? We're not going to change overnight. These might feel to be great big mountains, but the mountain is made up of a whole bunch of little pebbles, little rocks. So making daily changes, making changes moment to moment, your thoughts, checking in. Who am I? How do I feel? What do I need? Honor that, and you're going to see such a beautiful transformation of your light that is just trying to break through, right? It's been growing for quite a long time, and now it's like, I'm just ready to bust out. So let it come out, dare to go through the caterpillar phase of, this is uncomfortable, right? I want to scream it. I want to scream like, this is enough. This is just fucking uncomfortable, right? But allow it to burst through that uncomfortability, because there's such peace and beauty and joy on the other side when you reconnect to all those pieces of your true self that are just dying to be expressed. So enjoy this process. This is a very natural process. I'm thankful in my own journey that I had the guidance of Corrie's teachings, the More Than Existing program. I can't advocate it enough that in the More Than Existing Academy, there's all those courses there to help support individuals on their journey. So maybe there's something there that can support you as well. It's a place to just go and see, and there's memberships in there where you can register for low cost just to kind of dabble and explore. So look at tools to support yourself as well. So that's what I got.
I'm going to jump in here. Thanks, Lisa. I'm going to jump in here because I got Feed the Light, and Rose is back again. Damn, Rose is here everywhere. And so, Shannon, we have Rose with us again, but it's in reverse. And I just got a lot of energy vampires. And I feel like right now in your life, whatever you're going through, whatever you've been through in the past year or the past year and a half, 2 years maybe, I feel like you have, your own grief journey that you're walking or you're trying to walk. But everyone else's grief is piling on top of yours, and you're being kind of sandwiched in. And so the grief, it's just saying there's a lot of energy vampires. It's like everyone calls you when they're sad. Everyone comes to you when with their problems. Don't make that your claim to fame identity. That's not your claim to fame identity. That's your need to be needed. But it's also then gives people the rite of passage to walk in and to be able to take that light, to take that energy, and to, just when you're filling up for yourself, you become available for somebody else. And it's like, no, there's energy suckers, there's time suckers. People can spend too much time on your time, in your time, right? It's like, I don't have the time today. It's okay to say no. It's saying no to somebody else is saying yes to you sometimes. Do I have the energy? It goes right back to there. But I feel like you've got your own hurt, your own grief, your own sadness, your own stories that haven't fully been able to, like, you're not done walking that path somehow. And I know other people are also, when we grieve, there's other people grieving as well because we lose loved ones and stuff. But what I'm getting around you for that is this fact that you really got to tap into that grief story as love. Because when you tap into it as love, you want to spend as much time as you can with spirit, because spirit is where everything exists. Spirit is what we have of the people that we love. And if you're not silent to listen, you can't, it's hard for you to be able to be with spirit. And when you're with the spirit of loved ones, you're with the spirit of yourself. You find out so much about yourself through that deep level of love. And Shannon, I really feel a need for you to really step deep into that love, because that's the place of where I think you're really going to find yourself right now. And this week in Soul Revival, because we've launched the complimentary video that you can watch. If you're registered in the school, you get an email, and that complimentary video for this week, I feel like may actually help you out. So I hope in some way this helps you, Shannon. Thank you.
I have a card. Tracy, do you want to jump in first?
I have a card for somebody else.
Okay, I'll give Shannon hers then.
Yeah.
So I pulled Divine Feminine Sisterhood. So in this picture, there is a little fish in a bowl. So it's kind of like you have these walls up around you, and you keep circling, because fishes, they think it's new every time they come. So you're circling around, but you're having to remember that you have these people all for you. And I feel like this lady here, you have a really strong friend that you've kind of pushed out, but she's trying to open up your eyes to see that there's so much more to all of the pain and everything like that. And I feel like she really wants to help you. But you got so much hurt that you feel like you're better by yourself. But I'm kind of hearing you need to let her in. You need to let her in. She's going to break you out of this bowl. And just again, like finding those people that feed your soul, right? Like all us ladies up here, we kind of knew each other from the same town. But when we became in More Than Existing, we really truly found a sisterhood. And so she's opening up the waters for you, opening up for you to see that there is more out there, and that you do have an army of people behind you that are willing to help you, and good people. So like Corrie was talking about the energy vampires. So, saying no to those people. And once you start saying no to some of those people, the people that aren't good for your highest good kind of fall off, and these people start to come in. So definitely contacting that friend, helping you get out of that fishbowl.
Thank you. So Tracy, who you got?
Tammy Palmer, I think is.
Oh, Tammy. Are you still there, Tammy? She was just leaving. Let's see if she's still here. Tammy, are you still here? Everything you ladies said makes perfect sense to me. I needed that so much. Thank you so very much. Oh, you are so welcome. Okay, Tammy, stay for another few minutes.
Okay, Tammy. So I got the Innocence Grace, and of course I had to look at the bottom of the deck, and I got the Unseen Wound. So what these two cards are telling me is that the very deep wound that's inside, you need to take a look at that, and that you're not alone. There's somebody there willing to help you with this, but go deep and sit with it, because it's holding you back. And there's so much light and color and love around you that it needs to be taken care of so that you can continue to move forward. You can take a big step forward once you take care of this, the deep-seated hurt that's in that little girl. Talk to that little girl, love that little girl, and ask for help. There's somebody willing to help you. And like the lady said, there's nothing more helpful than a team on your side. Go into Corrie's School of Magic, because there's so many things that can help you if you just sit with it and allow yourself to feel the pain. It's okay to feel the pain. It's okay to heal the pain. Just don't sit in it anymore. It's time to let it go. And you've got somebody to help you. Find your goddess circle and they will help you. You deserve it. You are enough.
Tammy, someone else's hurt is not your hurt. I got someone else's hurt is not your hurt. It is the burdens you carry. And when Tracy pulled that card, the first thing I seen was the swords and the roses, and that's the spiritual. You know, sometimes we have spiritual warfare that we have to go to war, right? And so this sense of having to bear witness to even other people having to go through spiritual warfare and having to go into that deep sense of not to be the war, you know, to be their own warrior, but also I just picked up Archangel Michael being around and the swords, but we all have a spiritual sword to be able to cut the cords. Somebody else can cut the cords as many times they want for us, unless we say yes to it ourselves, and I mean really say yes to it, the cords are not really cut. As long as we keep repeating the story, as long as we keep holding on to somebody of the past, as long as we keep saying, you know, what if they were only a different person, if only this, no, they were who they were, this is what was happening. That radical honesty that is happening, right? And so radical honesty, I pulled smoke and mirrors, and I picked up Kuan Yin as well around you. And the smoke and mirrors is the illusionist, is the illusions. And I just picked up doing a cord cutting ceremony tonight. Perfect. There you go. And so I just also picked up the fact that I don't know if there was like someone who had like narcissistic tendencies around you, because I'm like, I just felt like these bricks come around us. As soon as we go to talk to you, it's like somebody's trying to block that energy. And it's like, no, as much as you talk, you know, you're talking your truth and you're living it, somebody else is trying to drop those blocks back in. So somebody got that little attachment to you. And yeah, so I'm so glad you're doing a cord cutting tonight, because I really think it's necessary. Let you know, it's something you can't do. You need to let the divine do it for you. Not that you need to do it. And it's like you're given the sword to cut it, but the actual taking it away, you cut it, they'll take the garbage. Right? It's like they take the garbage away. And so the garbage is taken away by the divine, by the goddesses, by, you know, the angels, by the holy realm. And so there's just I left a relationship 11 months ago. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like this is where we need to come full circle for you and really complete that story, that journey. So glad you stayed. Glad you weren't gone yet.
Once all those cords are cut, then you can fly.
Yeah. Did you ladies have anything else to add to that?
I just want to add on a little bit, and I want to really acknowledge you, Tammy, for posting that you're about ready to go into a meditation, because what I got for you was master manipulator, and the power of having a meditation practice or creating moments of stillness, going into prayer, connecting with nature, whatever that is for you, is absolutely sacred. And what I want to bring forward is the words, right? Master manipulator. And a lot of times people get the card and they automatically feel like, oh, this is something bad, right? They go on to that word of manipulation and they automatically go to a negative story. What I want to bring forward to you is the word master. Now, we're all master Reiki teachers here in this group, but what master means is now you're ready to be taught, right? So you're going into a meditation. You're going to see in the card that there's a higher heart, then there's a human heart. So when you're in a meditation, when you're stepping into being a master, being open to receive, coming out of your stories, your mind, and opening up to a divine wisdom, well, now you're letting the high heart feed your human heart, because our human hearts don't know the power of unconditional love. We all have stories, we all have hurts, we all have blockages, because life isn't always easy. So we need to learn about what true love is and what true integrity is, and mindfulness, and practicing the virtues and discernment and all those higher states of being. But in order to step into that, we have to allow this space to be quiet enough to receive. So kudos to Tammy for knowing that you need a meditation practice, for making that time for you, for coming on today, for staying, for, to receive messages that your soul is wanting you to hear. And trust that, your body's talking to you. So keep trusting how you're being guided to create those pockets of peace for yourself, and to really step into receiving the divine wisdom that is so around you and supporting you and loving you and ready to teach you. So as we open to receive that, more and more is going to pour in. So thank you for taking the time to come in today, and go enjoy your meditation practice now. That is such a great way to honor you.
Thank you. Now we are going to, because there's so many people now, it's so lovely. There's and there's a lot of questions. So because we have a lot of questions coming in, we're all going to choose a person each and try to answer some of these. It's so cool. I'm so excited to see all these questions. So I know Michelle had somebody that you were right. So Michelle's looking at somebody. So
I was drawn to Joanne Sparkles. She sparkled for me. Are you still there, Joanne? Are you still there? She was a while ago. Just curious if that's really your last name. What a fun last name.
Joanna.
Oh, sorry, I wrote down Joanne. All right, coming up, last call.
See if Joanna is still there. You're so welcome, Tammy. And yes, Tammy is so much into her healing as well and her work.
All right, Corrie, I'm passing the baton to you. If she comes up after, we can.
Okay, I'm going back up here. And I'm going with Jerry Lynn. Is it Geraldine Kronk? Oh, there's Joanna. Joanna's there. Okay, so yeah, go ahead with Joanna, and next will be Geraldine.
All right, Joanna. I do have a youngster on the other side around you, like sandwiches. I keep hearing sandwiches, like sandwiches. But they're very much around you. A young energy is around you. Definitely supporting you. Okay. So, innocence, grace, but I have it upside down. So this is just you're kind of having to feel like you have to be to the mature side of life all the time, and that everything has to be adult like. You're forgetting about being innocent and having fun and playing around, and again, you have the choice to turn this around. So you're kind of being pulled out of the maturity of life and being pushed into a little bit of fun, remembering all the magic that you had as a youth, and that there's magic around you everywhere. So definitely, being pushed into the excitement, believing in things again, believing in miracles, all that kind of stuff. So definitely bringing back a little bit of a youngster. Maybe that's the energy I feel around you. You definitely need to come back to that inner child, remembering what it was that, kind of sparkled for you in life. You have the last name, the alias Sparkles. So it's time for you to start sparkling again, shining again. Stop playing small. When we're a kid, we don't have any doubts or anything like that come into life. So being a little bit more larger than life than you normally would be. And 2024 is to be exciting for you and playful. That is what I have for you.
All right. So Jerry Lynn. You're very welcome, Kevin. Happy New Year. So Jerry Lynn, the first thing I actually pulled for you was the Stargazer, and it was Frida. And she came out in reverse for me for you. And so this is where, you're not feeling like you're on top of the world, with every reason not to feel like you're on top of the world. And so you did mention about you losing your best friend, and you dreamt of her. You dreamt of your best friend. And so this best friend that you dream of, it means they're actually alive. And so your friend is very alive. And so how spirit looks to past memories compared to how we look at past memories is that we often look in with the sense of sadness, whereas they're looking back with reflection. They reflect back to us all of the greatness. They reflect all of the like love they had, and all the fun times they had, and all of those experiences. Now, I do feel like sometimes, like, this friend feels very cold to me. I'm freezing speaking of your friend. And so I don't want to, I'm not going so deep into your friend because I don't want to go that deep in, but it's like, truly, I believe like this friend was always the one who believed they could do anything, and that anything was possible. Like they were the one who's kind of like always the one who said, you know what, let's just go do this. Who cares? We can make it happen. We can make it happen. And sometimes life feels like it's not possible. And what they're telling you, it is possible for you to get back up on top of the world. And you're telling yourself, it's not so easy. I can't get back up there. And they're like, yes, you can. I can tell you because I already seen you there. Spirit's able to see the future that you can't see. Remember that. Spirit is able to see the future that you can't see. What you can't see is that they can see everything because they are soul. They are connected into the energy of all things. And so they're telling you to get out of your limited self and remove that sense of your limited belief around, and you say, I can be on top of the world, and look into all the good times. And you got a new journey to walk, and you have to walk that new journey. And there's no being able to know where you're going. You got to walk in the dark. You got to walk into the unknown. The unknown is not lit up. You don't get a certainty in life. There is nothing that is certain. And you now know that truth, right? You know that to be a truth. But there's nothing that is certain. There's no guarantee. It's just you're going to have to make some choices and decisions this year. And it's not about what's right or what's wrong. It's just make a damn decision. That's exactly as I'm being told from your friend, how a friend would speak. Just make the damn decision. If it's not right, you'll redo it again. You'll get another chance, but just make the damn decisions. Just go do what you need to do. Just get moving, get up, get out. You have the world. You live in the world. You have the whole world. Go live in the whole world. And you're kind of getting that kind of like push, like you're just getting pushed. And it's like you're getting a kick in the ass to get back up and get back out there and do what you need to do this year. As my brother-in-law just messaged and said, I can hear Sid. Yes, you can hear Sid. And so this is the Stargazer. And so it's time to turn the story around, time to turn this around. And, just let yourself live in spirit, live from your spirit, rise up your spirit, find that joy within your heart, because they're able to see what you can't see. And if you want to know what's there for you, you got to believe in you. And I just feel like you're getting a kick in the ass to get going, get moving. That's what I feel like you're getting. And I don't feel a sadness. I feel like I want to smirk. I want to smile. I want to laugh. And I feel the sadness of grief, of course, but that's not where they exist. You needed that? Good, because that's what you're getting. That's what best friends do. And so best friend is giving you a kick in the ass. Get going. Get doing what you need to do. There you are. Thank you. Okay. What you got, Tracy?
I chose Allison.
Allison, which Allison?
Nicole? Shoot. Sorry, was there two of them? I think it was Allison Nicole. She was talking about change in her job.
Okay, that's Allison Nicole, yeah.
Okay. So What I got was rebirth, purity, and take a look at all the hearts that go down the page. And of course, I flipped it over and looked at the bottom, and you've got benevolence. Your word for 2024 is benevolence and all that goes with it. Rebirth, it's time for change. Yes, change is scary, but coming from somebody that had a lot of change in this past year, go for it. Let the fear lead you, because if it's not scary, it's not worth doing. And the rebirth will create itself. Follow the signs. What do you need? What do you want? If you want change in your job, you're the only one that can do it. Hence the rebirth. You're in charge of your rebirth. Where can you go from here? The light, the sparkles in this shows me that nothing but up and nothing but greatness can come if you choose to follow your heart and go with the fear anyways. Life's not easy. Life's got up and downs. Change is always scary. Do it anyways, because you've got it in you to do it.
Thank you.
Beautiful. So I have Vanessa froze.
Oh, good.
If she's still here. Vanessa, you've been on my radar for a while, so I'm just waiting to see if you pop on to the bottom there. And I know you had a couple questions that you posted up above a while back, so hopefully you are still here. I am going to trust that you are. Okay, yes, I was feeling your energy. So Vanessa, I just want to share what you wrote, and I believe there's two of them. So your first post was, wondering what my spirit guides have been trying to tell me through my dreams. And your second post was, let me see if I can find it here. Also wondering, my brothers have been trying to tell me. They passed 18 months apart. Thank you. So Vanessa, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. I'm actually not going to use the goddess cards. I'm going to be the channel. I'm going to allow spirit to guide the way, which is what all of us ladies are doing here today. And I'm sharing that with you because you have the same ability. We are no different than any one of you who have joined today or is going to listen to the live or out in the world. What really matters is the belief within yourself. So, I'm sitting here. I'm a vessel to be of love and light, and for the higher realms to guide me. They guide me to your name. They guide me to your messages. I'm sitting here with the cards, and I'm hearing for myself. Well, grab a piece of paper and just start writing. Now, my mind is jumping in going, but I'm not a medium. I don't know how to answer her questions, right? And a lot of times we put these pressures on ourselves to have to know something, and we automatically use the ability of the mind to shut it down. When you're stepping into your true self and into a higher essence, you're understanding that, maybe our human is inadequate, but spirit, the guides, they are capable of doing wondrous things. So we need to move beyond our human limitations to open up to trusting in the guidance and trusting in the messages. So I'm really learning my own journey to truly listen and to acknowledge that the doubt creeps in, but to allow myself to try anyway. And I think it was a couple of weeks back, I stepped into my own live on Facebook. It had been quite a while, and I was facing the energy of judgment. And I really heard for myself, nobody has judged me more than I've judged myself. And that gave me courage to just try. So I really want to encourage you to acknowledge your ability to connect to your spirit guides and to connect to your brothers. But I also want to share what I wrote down for you and what was coming through. And right at the very top of my page, I put, I love you, I love you, I love you, right? You're asking, what do they really want you to know? That is just screaming out at you. And then I wrote, you are more than you believe yourself to be. So trust in yourself, trust in your ability to connect and to receive. And then I did have something come through for your brothers. And what I heard was an old song. It's an old theme song to a cartoon. And I don't think I really watched it myself, but it was Bananas in Pajamas. And I think the theme song was bananas and pajamas coming down the stairs, bananas and pajamas coming down in pairs. And they're like, she's going to get it. Like, you know, the deeper meaning to that song, to the images, you know, whether your brothers used to dress alike or they were just goofy or they had a relationship to bananas or just doing silly things together. But I just feel this loving energy around you to remember the fun, remember the playfulness, remember the moments. Pay attention to how spirit is talking to you through songs, through asking you to do certain things. You know, don't discount your own ability to sit down and connect and just channel through. We've been taught by the world that that is silly, that is woo-woo, that's not allowed, but yet it's a natural part of who we all are. So don't be afraid to just try. Allow the magic to unfold for you. You're already receiving the dreams. So write down what you remember and allow the rest of it to come to you. Don't be afraid to explore the deeper meaning of the symbols you're getting, the themes that you're getting. We're not here to know all the answers right away. We're here to be curious enough to want to connect and to spend that time with spirit and with ourselves to grow those pieces within us that have always been alive, but they've just been dormant because we stopped believing in that ability. So you have all the ability that you need. You are receiving messages from your spirit guides. Your brothers are your spirit guides. They have joined that team around you. So really lean into just celebrating who they are. You know, and they weren't perfect, right? They made a lot of mistakes. They have an opportunity now on the other side to really see that, to go through that, right? Here's a bit of a interruption within this flow as well, right? There's always practical jokes and funny moments. It is what it is. We're not here to take life so seriously. So just have fun with the discovery. Have absolute fun with the discovery and trust that everything happens as part of a message. There's no coincidences in what transpires and takes place. So lean into that for yourself and ask yourself, what did this all mean? What are you getting from the messages? What are you getting from the images, from the black screen, from the chuckles to the little moments and disruptions in the energy? Because you know what? What if that's your brothers? What if that's their personalities coming through and reminding you of some moments? So trust, have fun with the journey.
And I'm high-fiving Lisa. Yay, Lisa. I'm high-fiving you. Yay.
Getting out of a fear story. Yeah. Allowing, right?
And so I want to add on because I had Vanessa as my next. That's why I was so wrong when you chose her. And so I'm gonna add on and just continue on with and yeah, the bananas and pajamas, you nailed it. That's what her and Luke, she said, were so watching. And so yay, Lisa. And so I want to add on. So I don't know, Vanessa, they just keep telling me about some boots. And I move the boots. I keep seeing boots. And I don't know what to tie to boots and your brothers really connect to, but they keep showing me the boots. So I don't know if you've kept their boots or if this is like baby boots and like, you know how you use the bronze baby boots and stuff, or if this is like keeping little boots or baby boots or whatever that may be. But I keep getting the boots come up around you as well. But I feel like also somebody getting the boot. Somebody getting the boot. Like, I don't know if there's just like people you've kind of had to boot out of your life or kind of had to get rid of. I just feel like it's like there's a lot of change that's happening, and they're kind of joking with you. They are joking with you. They were, you know, they're picking that up truly, like that sense of laughter, that sense of joking, that sense of, you know, being there. They kind of play tricks on you, and they do play with you. My brother wore a pair of rubber boots constantly when he was 2, buried him with a pair that I bought for him that were a perfect match. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I'm like, because that's all, I just kept seeing the boots, the boots, the boots, the boots, the boots. And they kept like moving the boots. And so it is a very like I said, it's very childlike energy. It's very fun. It's very curious. And that they are absolute joy. And they do bring joy. And if you can see on my screen, there's a beautiful green light now orb in front of me. I'm like, and that's them. I'm telling you, they are so with us. They speak in ways that it's hard for people to understand because you're looking for language, you're looking for words, but that's not how they speak. They speak to me that way because I can hear them. They speak right once you start to hear, you can hear that, but they speak to you in the ways that you can communicate with them, the way that you can hear them, and they are really truly speaking to you. But it is more about your life now, Vanessa, and about you truly living your life. Stop living in the shadows of the past, of people of your past. You don't have to downplay your life and kind of feel as if, almost like you feel a little bit sometimes like guilty for living your life. Don't live in the shadows of anyone else, Vanessa. It is time for you to live in your truth, to live in your light, to be in your presence, to be right where you need to be. And see how the light just got so bright. This happened to me in my live the other day too. The angels. Now, everyone who knows how much I work with the angels and the guides and how this is how they work with me. And so this is how they're coming in. They grow with you, Vanessa. And so you don't always see them as the little person they were when they left. See them as great big spirit, because that's what they are. They're great big spirit, and they're so with you in so many ways. And they tell me they're not alone. There's definitely somebody else with them. They have a guardian. They have a guide that's with them. So that feels like it's like a grandmother or an auntie. But I keep getting the names, like a J name somehow. So I have like a J name somehow that's also tied around them. And they're showing me that as well. But you, like Lisa said, bananas and pajamas, right? Like just that sense of fun. Because I'm shaking so much, the words for 2024 is confidence. I needed this so bad. Validation is highest right now. There you go. And so this is about as big. You can't even see me on the screen no more. I'm now gone. I'm now gone on the screen. So there you go. There's your full validation. I send you so much love. I got tears in my eyes. I just feel the power of love around you right now. So thank you, Vanessa. Thank you for being here. And I hope that we get to meet you in person somehow, someday. I send you so much love.
Vanessa, use your brother's playfulness as they threw my phone off my screen and onto the bed while Lisa was talking. I'm sitting here not even moving and my phone goes kaploop. So use their playfulness and their joking to carry you through.
Mm-hmm. Michelle, got somebody?
Oh, no, I thought we were done after we were done there.
We're out.
So I passed my baton.
Tracy, you got someone?
No, I thought we were going to pull a card after this for everyone.
Oh, well, I feel like we have one more, so I will go there.
Okay. Okay, you go there and we'll follow.
Okay, Nikki Lee. Nikki Lee, are you still with us? Just waiting to see if Nikki's still with us. And the red light, if Cleo was asking earlier, the red light is Archangel Uriel. Yes, you are still there. Okay. I lost my phone connection. I was trying to get it back up. Okay. And so Nikki Lee. So Nikki, I know you can't see me. I'm still hidden behind the light. See? We're always in disguise. That's why I said, it's like people say, it's like, oh, I want to walk, I want to be this or I want to be that. And I'm like, you do know is that, I'm always walking in the shadows. I live my life in the shadows of the divine. And so, yes. And so the colors are changing. That's the angels work. So I pulled the everyday miracle for you, Nikki, and I just got stop. This is what I'm getting from your sister. And I know it's your sister. And this is exactly, stop, slow the fuck down and stop trying so hard. She tried to live in the fucking legacy of something that did not exist. Still trying to prove herself in a world, and she's saying, just fucking stop, Nikki. Fucking stop. She has learned from the other side that it is not fucking worth it. We got nothing to live up to. We got nothing to prove. It is time for you to just live your life and live it happy. She is, you know, she is everything in, she's everything in spirit that she could have only dreamed that we're not even capable of being in human. um, she has already learned so much from the other side. She didn't suffer in her passing. She did not suffer in her passing. Her passing was very quick. She is very vocal. She is big, very big. She is very large, and she is larger than life. She kind of lived a little bit in the shadows, and she realized that there was nothing to compare to, nothing to compete with, nothing to live up to, nothing to fight for. There is nothing more important than just being fucking happy. And she's cursing and she's swearing. And I'm sorry, but she's cursing and she's swearing. So I'm swearing for her. I'm speaking her language as she would speak. She's very fidgety. She's very movie. Like she's got a lot of energy. She's very hyper. She's very full of life. And she just says, it's just like it took her a long time to even slow down. It's like she was just, and she's shown me what she was in human life, like always on to the next big idea, the next big thing. She said, there's nothing bigger than this. All we're walking towards in this life, in the end, is the end. That's it. That's the only destiny that you truly have upon this earth, is you are walking towards the end, and you're getting to the end of life. And that's where you're going. Everything that you do in the middle is what matters. It is called living. It's called embodying, like the simplest little things. We try so hard to try to be big, but why? What is that big purpose? And that's a huge part of 2024, is getting back into just living life. I'm going to add in a little piece of what I've really learned in this journey was, the extraordinary moments, those big moments that everyone's like, oh my God, were you so excited about that? And I'm like, no, no, that fizzles so fast. The most powerful moments of life are the ordinary moments. In the ordinary moments is when you feel the extraordinary amount of joy. It is those moments of where you do get to sit and, if I'm outside and a ladybug appears, there's no one around to see that ladybug but me sometimes. And I'm dancing up and down with freaking joy. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a ladybug. And I'm like, the ladybug landed on me. And I'm like, and every time you go to take your phone, to take a picture, to show the world, is you just robbed yourself of the freaking joy. Stop robbing yourself of the joy of your moments. Everything that happens inside of us, everything that happens is that now every one of those ordinary moments, she's going to be there in those ordinary moments with you. Take her to the beach. Don't care. Leave the phone in the car. Go do those things. Slow down and just let yourself enjoy children, life, living, those things, because those are the moments that are going to create what you bring to the end of your days, what you bring to the end of your story. Those moments, she forgot that. She was trying to find it everywhere else. She was trying to be validated by the outside because she forgot who she was on the inside. And this is the life now where it's like, this is where, through her experiences, through her guidance, just remember just who you are on the inside and just return into that little authentic little self. Be that little girl. Be that little girl who puts your feet in the water, your feet in the sand, and just let yourself enjoy life. Let yourself enjoy life, because there is nothing more powerful than pulling back and just letting yourself be there. And you are surrounded by her. You're in your hurts. You're in your pains. You're in your, all of those things. She's not. She is all love. All love. She's all light for you. And she says it's fun over here, but It's not where it's not where you're meant to be. It's where you're meant to be living on earth. And it's like we try so hard to be spirit. We want to be all this spiritual stuff, but you're here for this human experience. So I pulled the everyday miracle card, right? And so this is where to be truly that everyday miracle within yourself, to be that love, to be that light. Open up your heart to really truly enjoy and embrace that within yourself. And yeah, and know that she is, I'm going to say it exact. She says, I'm more than fucking okay. I finally got it. It took her to get over there to finally get it. She got it. She got it. Yeah. And I just keep seeing her, and she's like, she tells me like she grew her hair back or something. She got she got the most beautiful hair. So I don't know if somewhere along the line, Nikki, I ever did her hair, but she keeps showing me her hair, and she just keeps doing this to her hair, and she keeps moving her hair. So,
That's too funny.
She's absolutely beautiful, and she's glowing. So that's what I got.
I'm going to jump in here because I pulled the Observer Shelta, and I totally was drawn to the hair, to the beauty, and she looks a lot like you, Nikki, this girl. But yeah, it's funny that the hair comes in the shining. So definitely taking the time and sitting back and observing a little bit more to what's happening on the other side of things, as opposed to what's on the side that you feel that you need to see, like the realizing what's out there as opposed to what's right in front of you. So definitely there's more to life. So sitting back and just, reaping in all that you have sown, basically, and seeing how much beauty you have in your life, and that, you don't have to, exactly like Corrie say, you don't have to put it out to the world. Some of these things are just meant for you to observe, take in, and kind of sit and process them. So allow the processing to happen before, spewing it out. And I'm very good at that, throwing it out there before I actually sit and process it and giving it away. So kind of stop giving it away and keeping the little presence and the beauty for yourself once in a while.
And she lost most of her hair she was on drugs. Okay. I'm so glad she has her beauty. Yes, she has her beauty and her sense of humor. She has both. She has it all. So her hair, yeah, she shows me her hair. That's your validation. Yeah. You ladies have anything?
I got the universal light of love. And I don't think that you could add any more to that you ladies have already said. It just backs up what you've already said. And Nikki, stay in the universal light of love, because your sister's there with you and she's guiding the way. Just follow the light, honey.
Lisa?
Oh, such beautiful messages. And I think I kind of want to step into the opportunity now to kind of slowly wrap this together for the group, and to thank everybody for coming in today and spending the time listening to the messages and connecting to the energy. And I really hope that all the audience was able to hear things for themselves. Messages are very collective in nature. And the everyday goddesses, they called this party together into fruition today. And what I'm hearing right now, and I would love to ask Corrie, if it feels right to her, to bless us with the gift of light language. And, this is a beautiful opportunity to step into the magic and the woo-woo world, the mystery world, but to really understand that spirit talks to us in so many ways, and learning to embrace those things that, maybe we've been taught are a little bit weird or a little bit crazy, or, to allow ourselves to be uncomfortable. And as you've seen today, the light in front of Corrie keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it came through to her the other day, and I had to stop what I was doing in the middle of a Canadian Tire parking lot and listen to an hour-long live. and just be mesmerized by the light, by the guidance, by the orbs that are in the imagery, and understanding how spirit's talking to us in that natural world. And it's such a gift when someone's able to connect with the light and to share the messages from the light, because it helps us all to open up more to receive. So that is my ask, but of course it's always what is for the highest good. And Corrie knows without any doubt in her mind what truly is for the highest good of the group. So I hand it over with that.
Okay. First of all, does anyone want to share a card for the collective? Do you have a card for the collective?
Yes.
I knew somebody did.
So I got the medicine woman, Ruthie. And I think with all the messages that we had today, that I think we need to go within to the medicine woman within us and listen to her more. Use your intuition, sit in the silence, and see what the messages is for ourselves. Start listening to ourselves and our intuition, our gut feeling. And I think we have the medicine within us to help guide ourselves. And we truly need to listen to ourselves more.
Okay. Yes. And so I'm just going to, Nikki Lee was finishing up from her session, and she just said, she always feels, she's always been told, but she always feels guilty when I'm not doing. I'm going to tell you, that's a trauma response. That's conditioning. It is programming. And that is, that's the shadow that's speaking and not truth that's speaking. So when I'm not doing, you're spending time with yourself. So the one person that you actually will try to tell yourself, oh, I actually love myself. Well, actually, if you loved yourself, you wouldn't be afraid to spend time with self. Right. And so there's that radical honesty. When we get really honest with ourselves, it takes us to a place of having to dive deep to where that begins and why it has such a hold on us. I'm a previous workaholic. So, I know all about it. And so I killed myself doing that. I'm going for a back surgery in a couple weeks. Don't get 50, don't turn 52 and have a body that truly starts to fail you because you failed to listen to yourself, to listen to your true self instead of to the shadow. It's so important. Yeah. And as the medicine woman, the medicine woman card comes in, it does speak that volume to us. And so I want to acknowledge these amazing ladies, because I think it was somebody else had mentioned earlier, like they know these three ladies and how far they have come and like who they were. And so people remember us in the experiences that they would have known you, right? Like how they would have known you. But the journey of healing is, we break up, and this is what more than existing is based around. Break up with you and all that you think you know. And every time you say, I know, it means we don't know. If we're repeating, right? If we got all these repeat things that are happening, it means we don't know. And so this is New Year's Eve. It's a good key time to really, truly decide, I'm going to break up with this self, and I'm going to make a friend with this soul self. And I'm going to ask myself, all of these questions about myself, and not to interrogate or to destroy or to judge, but to become curious about this self and about this self that I want to know. And so these women have taken this journey. There's nothing of what I teach that I don't think that these women have not been in. But these were already professional business women. They were women who had been in big careers, big jobs. It's not that I was somewhere they weren't. We were all already living lives. And so somewhere along the line, life just begins to move us. And it's not about becoming a somebody. It's about letting ourselves know who we are. And we all live ordinary lives. We all live very ordinary lives. I was cleaning toilets and washing laundry this morning and changing beds. That's my ordinary life, right? There's not something that's spectacular. It's just being that connected. So, all of us here and these women, they've walked a journey and they have walked the path and they're still walking. And so I really want to acknowledge them for what they have done. And so thank you for being here. They are recent graduates of the Everyday Goddess Oracle Card Certification Program, which was the first one out. And there's a couple more over here in the comments who are also a part of it, who are, you know, who also are in it, who have taken that certification as well. Lindsay being one of them, who we wanted to come online, who she will eventually. So now Lisa did ask something of me, and it was to speak light language. And a lot of my work, I don't do a lot of my work in here. So most people have not seen a lot of who I am and what I do. I save it for the academy. I save it for group teachings. Not everyone sees it. I don't even put it on YouTube. There's parts of myself that I always say I save it and I put it in areas where people really show up, and where I'm safe to let myself fully be, to let all of this light out. So you only see bits and pieces. But when she asked about the blessing and the light language, is what light language is that we speak, we communicate with a higher consciousness. Human language is designed, it was created by human. And so human language is by human, not created by spirit. Human language is vibrational frequency. It's a higher level of consciousness. And the more I spend, it's like chanting. It's like chanting. It is, well, it's different chanting. It's like almost like speaking in tongues type of thing. But it's letting yourself be filled with spirit. So it's something that I do when I embody being all of spirit. So I don't bringing it all the way in here. I don't know if I can bring it all the way in here, but what I can give right here, right now, is the blessing. Right, is to be able to give the blessing. I do the power of prayers and I write prayers, and my relationship with God and that personal journey that you make with God and with the goddesses and with that place of being. So, if I were to give a blessing, I'm going to ask everyone to close their eyes. If you can. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. If you're driving, please, but just close your eyes and just, and I'm going to ask of you to bring your hands together. Bring your hands together and hold your hands together. And I'm going to give you something to hold and something to feel, because this is as real could be. Energy is real. Love is real. And so just take a deep breath in. And as you breathe into you, I invite you to hold that breath for a moment. And as you hold that breath, just feel the light. Just feel the light filling up inside of you. Feel as if your breath is just expanding through your whole body. And it's grabbing up all of the worries, all the junk, all the stuff we're ready to just let go of, that we're the person we need to be to let this go right now. And let it out. And just breathe it out and just let it leave. Don't try to force it. Just let it leave. You don't need to know what's leaving. Just know it's leaving. And as you breathe back in again, I'm going to just imagine as if you're being cloaked. There's this beautiful veil of light just cloaking over you, as if there's a cosmic egg wrapping around you, just light wrapping around you. Feel it squeezing you in. And with this, I want you to imagine, or just know, just see, believe, whatever it is, that in your hand, that your guide is bringing in a little gem. There's a little crystal, a little gemstone that's being placed in the very center of your hands, between your hands. As this little tiny gem starts to grow, it starts to make a connection to you, to your hands. And a color will come that you may just hear a word of the color, whatever color it is. Now the gem itself, whether it's going to be a ruby, a pearl, a diamond, now you're going to hear, feel, sense, or just know that this is what it is. This is a gift from the divine. This has energy. Now it's going to begin to move and become warmth or cool, whichever it is in your hands. And the energy of it is going to start radiating through your hands. And whatever that gemstone is used for your healing, for whatever you need today, that it becomes the energy that travels through you. Whether it's a clearing, a strengthening, a courage, whether it is a miracle, whether it is something greater than we could imagine, and we don't really need to know what it's for. We don't need to know what that gem is for. just that it is moving something through you, that it is moving an energy through you, that this little crystal, this little gem is yours. This little gem is this piece of you. It's a piece of your soul. And now I'm going to invite you to take your hands and bring closer to your heart and just open them up to the heart and let it flow in through the heart. Making this connection, sending back into you, the piece of your soul that you may have forgotten, the piece of you that may have been lost. And as you just hold this for a minute, I'm going to ask the guides to step into this light that is surrounding you, to step into this gem, to bring you a message, to bring you a word, to bring you inspiration. Feel this love, feel this light, feel this blessing that each and every one of you today are here in this moment, in this blessing, that you are the gem. You are what this world has been waiting for, your version of you, your authenticity. We ask for the veils of illusions to drop. We ask for all of the old conditioning programming that no longer serves you to just leave you, to let you be, to dance in your little feet as if you are the little child, that you have nowhere to go, nothing to be, but just simply be you. And through that, whoever, whatever you are here to be will awaken, unfold within. For all of you needing miracles, needing prayers, needing change, that hope is restored, that remembering that without hope we have nothing, that faith moves us, that grace moves us, that by the power of grace we are moved, by the power of the divine we are moved. Through the love and through the light, we send you blessings. Through the guides, the angels that surround you here today, that by the loved ones that surround you, by the everyday goddesses that each and every one of you are, through the divine essence of your feminine, your masculine, and the balance that is brought forward for you. I send you love. We send you love. We send you light. Bring your gem back to your hands. Hold your gem. Now just imagine putting it somewhere safe, so that every time you need to remember, every time you need the strength, the courage, you bring your hands together and you just remember this gem is in your hands. Your life is in your hands. Your truth is in your hands. Your heart is in your hands. How you treat it is your choice. You are sacred. It is to be protected. This gem is you. Keep it safe. And remember, some things are sacred. And with that, I invite you to take a deep breath in. See your gem just dissipating in, moving forward. Allow yourself to come all the way back. Your gem is safe with you. You are safe with you. Much love. Namaste. Amen. I hope in some way that this hour and a half, 2 hours that we have spent together has somehow helped you, inspired you, encouraged you, whatever it may be. I'm doing one last outing before I go in for surgery. And so myself and Michelle will be in Slave Lake. And when I'm back out, you'll see all of us together somewhere. I know it. I'm already seeing it. Myself and Michelle are going to be in Slave Lake. If you're in the Slave Lake area, you can come see us on January the 13th. Tickets are on Eventbrite. It's all over Facebook. You can go to Eventbrite and purchase your tickets to see us live in person in Slave Lake on January the 13th at 7 p.m. So if you would love to have your chance for a reading with us, we're doing full mediumship. So you can come see us there. And then Lisa has a course starting in January. And I think both these two ladies in the middle, Tracy and Michelle, both have some Reiki training coming up in person somewhere. So, yeah, that's what we all got happening. I won't have much happening after the Slave Lake thing for a while, other than, some new projects that we're working on. So I'm gonna be going quiet, and they're gonna be getting loud for a while. So thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you
Happy New Year.
for being here, for joining. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for supporting us and for always being here. We love you. Have a beautiful New Year's. Mwah. Much, much love.
Thank you.
Thank you all.